Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Mesa Boogie Badlander 25. So the Badlander 25 was inspired by Mesa's Dual Rectifiers, but it's a very practical approach because what they've done, they've taken this massive amp and they've shrunken it down to a very manageable 25 watts. And the truth is, these days, I personally am hard pressed to find a venue where I can play a 100 watt or 50 watt amp and have it do what it's supposed to do. And this thing does everything that its bigger siblings does, but in a much more manageable, pain-free way of doing it, because you're either 25 watts or a mere 10 watts. So I'll tell you all about it in a second, but take a break and subscribe below. That way we can keep you up to date on all the great gear that's coming out. Usually boogies come with a reverb. It's, I think, pretty lush, but they intentionally left it off of this amp. So I guess to kind of highlight the rawness of it and that kind of percussive nature. Reverb can kind of, I guess, diminish that percussive attack. So they just left it off altogether, but what they put in its place is this tube effects loop, and in that I've got a Keeley Halo running through it, much like famous Boogie and Dorsey Andy Timmons does as well. Another thing about Andy Timmons, he's a boogie guy, and boogies, particularly rectifiers, are such metal amps. I mean, they do that so well that I think the softer side is often overlooked. They have a killer clean channel. So here's the basic ingredients. There are 2 EL84s in it. There's 5 12AX7s. There's a silicon diode rectifier, and it's loaded with a British-made 12-inch Celestion Creamback 65 at 8 ohms. The Badlander U25 uses the same straightforward channel format as the 150 watt sibling. There's 2 identical foot-switchable channels. Right to left, it's gain, treble, mid, bass, presence, and master. And then on the switches, you can go between clean, crunch, or crush, which is their new shade of heavy. I really like that Boogie gives you 2 independent channels with independent EQs and volumes. There are some amps, a lot of amps, that have 2 channels and they share an EQ, and I have found that EQ that is perfect on one setting is usually rarely perfect for the other setting. This way you can get them both where you want them, and I love that. I also love that they both have a master, so it's not like you get clean and dirty. You can have dirty and dirtier, or you can have kinda dirty, whatever. I love that you can dial it how you like it. So up top, I'm in the clean setting, but as you can see, I like my clean usually just on the brink of breaking up, like around 5. That's where they start to kind of get a little warm. If you want, you can bring that down to a more modest level, give it a little more volume. Just pristine clean. You know, those EL84s actually, I think, make great kind of jazzy, warm tones. Let's switch to the other. When we're switching channels, we have the option of either using this toggle right there or the foot switch that comes with the amp. I like using the foot switch. Over to the dirt. Cool, right? Now let's go ahead and pull this thing up there a bit more. Right now, I want to put that crunch at about 3 o'clock and just see how dirty it is. Pretty dirty. Let's go ahead and try some humbuckers and make it really dirty. Okay, so this is my 1961 ES355 with PAFs. Let's see what that sounds like. Man, that thing just rips, right? Let's go ahead and try the crush. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. We'll just see how crushing it is. Wow, man, that thing really comes alive, right? Okay, so here's my old Telecaster thin line. Let's see what it sounds like. Now let's jump up to 25 watts. Try it like that. Whoa, I like that. Louder is always better, right? Let's go ahead and put some dirt on it. Whoa, man, that's big. You know, when I first read about the whole crush thing, I thought, come on, man, crunch is enough, but I like it. I mean, I'm not a particularly dirty player, but boy, that is downright addictive, getting that, it really, really comes alive. So, one last ingredient in this is they have a direct out so you can silently record or send your signal to the front of house. And there are 8 different options for speaker simulation, all of them coming from classic Mesa Boogie cabinets. Open back, closed, whatever. Let's go ahead, put on a Les Paul and try that. So now we're utilizing their cab clone direct interface. The great thing about this, you just run an XLR out of the back of the amp, and then each channel has its own rotary. So you can switch between 8 different speaker simulators for either channel. So right now, we've got them both on number 1. I'll start in the clean. Then we go to our dirty. But say we don't really like the cabinet on the dirty channel. We just switch it right here and try that. So you can tell, whole different cabinet right there. I'll just go ahead and flip through another one just so you can see. I'm just kind of randomly going between a few of them right now. Here's a different cab. Here's a different cabinet on the clean channel. So what I like about that direct interface, you really can hear a difference in those cabinet simulations. And you've got 8 different ones for each channel. So you're going to find what you're looking for. Good on you. This thing comes in at, the head version is $15.99. The combo is $18.49. They've really giving you a lot of options in one very usable small package. Love that. Good on you, Mesa. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the magazine, and all that, social media crap as well. This is John Bolger. Till next time. Oh, for the record, now I've got a 57 in front of it so you can hear it back on a mic. I know the simulation's great, but here's the mic.